Happy Monday, everyone. Carmen Broxma here with Choose Joy with Carmen. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Arvada, Colorado, and back again for another episode of my Mo Joy Monday. Now, this is going to be a quick card because I didn't really have a whole lot of time to plan out a card because I was doing a craft fair on the weekend. So I decided to just go back to one of Call Me Crafty Al's card sketches from July of, let's see, was it July of 2019? So I will not have all the dimensions on my blog because it's not my sketch to be given out the dimensions. But I will have a video on my blog and I will have it in the description um, below and at the end of the video here. I will link that video of where she talks about that's card sketch that she created. But I am using today, it's going to be a quick card. Like I said, I'm going to be using the sentiment out of here, this one right here. And I'm using designer paper that's current in the Stampin' Up! Catalog called Boughs of Holly. And I'm using Real Red cardstock and Evening Evergreen. And then what I did is on Basic White, I just stamped in Evening Evergreen. Then I came in with my blender pen while it was still wet, and I just kind of pulled in the color there on the holly there. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some rhinestones, red rhinestones there in where the berries would be. And then I brought in the other color that's in this pattern paper, the soft succulent with the sponge dauber, and I just went around the outside to give it that little extra. And that's going to be mounted or adhered onto here. And I'm going to go ahead, and the card base is Real Red. And I'm going to be putting these strips on the side. I'm going to be putting this designer paper on here, and that'll go right here in the middle. And then I'm going to go also and adhere this together, and then I'm going to pop this one up. So let me go ahead and get that all done, and then I'll come back and show you what the front looks like and what I did on the inside, and then show you where I put the embellishments. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back, so let me show you the card. Here it is, all done. And like I said, I popped this part up there and added those 3 red rhinestones from the Red Rhinestones Basic Jewels. Love them. And then on the inside, whenever I have a sentiment on the inside that has different fonts, I kind of want to always highlight the font differently. So instead of just stamping the whole thing in the Evening Evergreen, I had to pull out my Stamparatus. So what I did was I stamped it, I put ink in the Evening Evergreen all over, and then I came in with my blender pen and I wiped off where the Happy, Light, Merry, and Bright was. And then I went back in with my Real Red marker and just colored them. And when you're coloring like that, you just want to make sure you keep your brush on an angle, not coloring this way because you don't want to ruin your tip. So I just kind of color it from the side, and then I stamp it. And then if something isn't dark enough, then I can either go back in. At that point, you would have to go back in. If the green needed more, you'd have to go back in with your marker because it would be too hard to ink it up with the ink pad. And then that way you can get the 2 different colors. And so I like that look. And then I just added a little piece of that designer paper that I had on the front, and then that completes the card. This was a really quick and easy card, so I just got to say that if you are still trying to make your Christmas cards, this is going to be one that you'll be able to do quickly because the designer paper does it all for you. Alrighty, well there you go. And like I said, I will go ahead and link that video for Call Me Crafty Al. And I will put on my blog the supplies I used, but I won't put the dimensions of the cutting dimensions. And you'll have to get that information by subscribing to her channel, and then that way you can go ahead and download the sketch for yourself with all the measurements. All right, well, have a great week, everyone, and we'll see you again next Monday for another episode of my Mojoy Monday. Bye bye, everyone.